How's it going, everyone? Daniel Rodriguez here. It's time to review another movie. Today I'm going to be reviewing Keanu, which is Key and Peele's first major motion picture, after the Key and Peele show officially finished. This movie, of course, Keanu is based on a kitten who is a gangster kitten, and I honestly gotta say, man, I was really looking forward to this movie, and it's not a big disappointment. There are a few little problems with the movie. And I didn't watch the Key and Peele show. Sure, I've seen The Substitute Teacher or whatever. I've seen stuff like A-Rod or all that sort of things. And I'm not really in that comedic side of Key and Peele, as in and this may be too mainstream, obviously, but I'm more of Kevin Smith comedy or Seth and Rogen, Dick Fart marijuana comedy. That's my style. But Key and Peele, I really adore these men. They're geniuses. They're talented. They really are. And I think for a first major motion picture, this was really a really good movie for sure. I thought that this was a fun ride. It had, again, a few problems, a lot with subplots and sort of things like that. But the way that they create these characters, and how it was I'm tectonic, I'm Shark Tank, all that sort of stuff going on. You gotta give props to them, Key and Peele. Really, I really gotta see some of their skits and everything because they are funny together and they're geniuses. The chemistry, and they're friends in the movie, and you literally feel, obviously the backstory of Key and Peele, but in this movie you feel like in this universe they've been friends forever, for life, man. So always a great feeling to know that great screens, great friends on screen and off screen, and it works well in the movie. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is my non-spoiler review. I'm just going to give you the pros, the good, the cons, the bad, give you my final score, tell you whether or not you should go check this out in theaters, or wait for a rental, or maybe just never see this movie at all. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, again, here's the non-spoiler review, my non-spoiler review for Keanu. First off, man, props to Keanu, dude, the actual kitten. I believe it took 7 kittens to play Keanu. And for an estimated budget of $15 million to make this movie, I'm glad they didn't really do no CGI cat or anything like that. It was a real cat, dude, and it was just, it's hard to film with an animal, especially a cat, because you know what? You put a cat on a leash, and it's just going to be like, meow. That's all it's going to be. I had a rabbit, and for 5 years, man, rest in peace. Chrissy Snow, man, I had her for 5 years, and I put her on a leash, I'd take her out to walk in the grass and everything, and she's just like that's basically all she did, and I'm kind of like, she went crazy a little whenever, roamed around, but with a cat, here, run around, pretend there's gunshots, meow. That's all it basically is, but with the way they did it, man, and obviously some trained cats, of course, was really well done, and it's a cute cat, and it's banking money, as in, it kind of didn't make number 1 at the box office, but kids are going to see it's a kitten. Oh my god. Alright, we'll take you to the theater. It's cute. But definitely, for sure, it did work well how Keanu was played in the movie. The way that, it was just cute. It was cuteness, and the way that he was involved in the story. And man's best friend, whether it's dog or anything, any of your pets, man, that is your best friend. You would do anything. It's like if you don't have a kid, then that's your kid, man. That's your baby. That's your thing. Something happens to it, and even if you've had it for a day or so, you cared for that thing. You nurtured it. You did that stuff. You want it back. You're going to do anything you can to get that back if you truly cared for that animal. So with Keanu, it worked out very well for that, man. The cinematography in this movie, too, I have to say, it was very well done. I love the way that it was filmed. I love the look. I love the camera. I love everything about how it was filmed. The tone of the look, the brightness, everything. It was a beautiful film to look at. Now, I'm not saying it's like, oh my god, the most beautiful film, but the way it was toned, the way it was shot, definitely worked for me. Great cinematography, and I just literally thought, how are they going to make this done about the cinematography? And they did some cool things with the cat, and, cool little things going on, and there are some action scenes in here. Not a lot of action scenes, but interesting enough, there's a few cameos in this movie that I didn't expect. I did not expect one cameo. I was like, oh, and they're playing themselves? What? Literally, the cameo in here, a few cameos really were well done. And, like I said, back to the action, the practical effects in here really were well done. There, of course, there's some CGI effects, but the practical, or the action in general, was entertaining to see. Some were actually got more intense than I thought they would be. As in, I knew it was rated R, but I did not know how rated R it was going to get with some action scenes. That was pretty cool to see. Not like it's a bloody gore fest, but pretty cool to see how, actiony they got with the movie. And again, of course, I believe I put right here, Key and Peele. Like I said, man, their chemistry on screen, they're awesome. They really are awesome together, and I would love to see more of them doing different movies. So Key and Peele, definitely. If you are fans of Key and Peele and you've been for a long time and you love the way their comedy is, this would be your movie for you, man. Definitely, for sure. Two more things on the pros, man. The characters, every character in this movie, even Will Forte, man, they're so interesting. They are really have their own background and their own dynamic way. They have their own methods, Definitely, for sure, I will say that every character has an interesting spot, whether you like them or not. It's really awesome. I really enjoy a lot of the characters. Will Forte, sup, man. 17th Street Blips. So where are they? 17th Street, so many cool characters in here, as well as the music. The music in this movie, and I'm not a big hip-hop rap guy, but definitely, for sure, some beats that they drop down in this movie, definitely, for sure. Really, I love the way it sounded on the theater, man. The surround sound and everything, it just blasted in there, dude. And there's a lot of cool scenes with Key and Peele. that walking slow camera shots and everything. So, like I said, I really do enjoy those little scenes every now and then. And of course, you love. Let's just say George Michael's. If you love George Michael's music, this I could tell. After young kids, and I know George Michael, man. I really do enjoy George Michael, and Wham! I love that, man. But of course, kids who go see this movie like, oh shit, who's George Michael? Look him up, man. There you go. That's how you get people to get back to the 80s and 70s and the old time, the music, the real music, baby. You just gotta have faith. Now on to the cons. There are these hitmen in this movie. These two men that are kind of copying Boondock Saints, basically. I didn't really, they were there. And they were sort of like there in the story, but there was no explanation on why they do what they do. The Allentown brothers, there was no really explanation. Why do they kill? Why do they do this? Why are they going after this cat? They only met the cat for one time, and all this little things going on. They don't talk in the movie. It's just sort of there to be there, and it's kind of like, all right, yeah, okay. I mean, literally for me, I was like, oh, it was cool at first seeing them, and then they never talked, they never did anything. It was just kind of added on in there, man. There's a plot with Keegan Mike and whatever his name, I don't know his name, excuse me, I'm going to butcher that name, but Key, at least that's how you say it, Cat or Key, not Peel, of course, but he has his wife in the movie. His wife's subplot going on with this whole other guy, and not that she's cheating or anything, but there's this whole subplot, and they kind of put it in the movie, and you feel for him, you feel for the character, but then again, they just kind of threw that in the film, like a little subplot going on, of course, you get a kind of vibe, are they cheating or not, but that's not really the case, so it did have sort of that subplot going on where they, got to bring back to his human side, not just acting like Shark Tank, so pretty cool to see how he would go on a Shark Tank, all that loud voice, and then she's like, why do you talk like that? I talk like that sometimes. And the story did drag out. Literally, this could have been a skit. This literally could have been a 40-minute movie. And mind you, that they don't do 40-minute movies into a theater. It has to be, over something of an hour or something. It has to be a certain time, obviously. And, the story did feel dragged out a little bit. They tried to add a few extra scenes or sort of things like that where it kind of drifted off the main path. And, you go and do a thing for somebody and then you go back and, deal, extra deal. You have to go do this now. And sort of extra little things were put in there, man. We're kind of dragged out the story a little bit too much. As well as, for my taste, it wasn't all that funny. I laughed quite a few times. Yes, I did. But not enough where I was like, ha, 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 all the whole time, and again, mind you, different. I love Key and Peele, definitely, for sure. I can't wait to see what they do next, and I will definitely see a lot more of their skits, for sure. I have a respect for these guys. But like Kevin Smith or Seth Rogen, their comedies every 15 seconds make you laugh. Every 10 seconds make you laugh, or at least makes me laugh. Now Key and Peele, every 15 minutes, every 20 minutes, make me laugh. You get it? So that's kind of where it wasn't that funny to me all the time in different certain parts of the movie. But other than that, man, I do think it was a really good movie. I didn't think it was a great movie, but I think it was a good movie. So overall, I'm going to end up giving Keanu a 7.1 out of a 10, man. Is it worth watching in theaters? Well, if you're a Key and Peele fan and you love their comedy, you love their style, I would say yes, go ahead and go watch it in theaters, man. Now, for those who are not really new to Key and Peele and all that, just go check out their skits, see if you're really into that or that they get you. And definitely, if you want to end up seeing the movie, by all means, if you want to see it in theaters, sure, go ahead. I say rental, it's more of a rental movie. You don't have to see this on the big screen, of course, but if you want to, Key and Peele fans, definitely for sure. But other than that, rental is really the place it would be for. But either way, if you like kittens, the kitten's cute, of course. It's not like he's not in every scene of the movie, but he is in quite a few handful of scenes. He's in a handful of scenes, man. So 7.1 out of 10. It is a good movie, man. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. And make sure to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe, and share the video. I'm a little off the game here, man. It's 10:30 at night. I'm a little shaky now. I gotta go sit down, man. So thanks so much. You guys have yourself a great day, a great week. Until next time, bye-bye.